Join me as I dig deep into the mysterious story of Travis Alexander and uncover the truth behind what really happened to him. Travis Alexander was a young and promising man whose life was cut short in a brutal and shocking murder that captivated the nation. His story is one of tragedy, mystery, and ultimately, justice. The circumstances surrounding Travis's murder were particularly challenging for investigators. His body was found in a remote area with evidence of a violent struggle and murder. The police faced a daunting task in trying to piece together the events of that fateful night. The community was left in shock, and Travis's family and friends were devastated by his loss. The impact of his death was felt far and wide. As the investigation progressed, police began to uncover clues that pointed to a complex and sinister crime. The case was widely covered in the media, and many questions were left unanswered. The police were under pressure to solve the case quickly, but they were determined to follow the evidence and ensure that justice was served. Travis's loved ones were struggling to come to terms with what had happened, and the police were working tirelessly to bring them closure. The investigation was a difficult and lengthy process, but eventually, police identified a suspect and began to build a case against them. The suspect's motives and actions were meticulously examined, and the evidence against them was carefully considered. Travis Alexander grew up in a close-knit community, where everyone knew each other. He was a well-liked and popular young man with a bright future ahead of him. But as he got older, his life began to take a different turn. He became involved with a woman named Jodi Arias, who would eventually become a key figure in his murder. Their relationship was complicated and tumultuous, and it's been reported that they had a troubled past. Travis and Jodi's relationship was marked by periods of intense romance and painful breakups. They struggled with trust and communication, and their relationship was filled with drama and tension. Despite their ups and downs, Travis seemed to be moving on with his life, and Jodi was struggling to cope with the end of their relationship. As Travis began to rebuild his life, Jodi became increasingly obsessed with him. She couldn't accept that their relationship was over and was determined to win him back. Her actions became more and more erratic, and Travis started to feel threatened. On July 4, 2007, Travis Alexander's lifeless body was discovered in a motel room, with horrific injuries. The crime scene was particularly gruesome, and it was clear that Travis had suffered a violent and agonizing death. The police investigation that followed revealed that Jodi Arias was the prime suspect. As the evidence mounted against her, Arias eventually confessed to the crime, but claimed it was in self-defense. The dramatic court proceedings that followed captivated the nation, with many questioning Arias's motives and the extent of her culpability. The prosecution argued that Arias had meticulously planned and executed Travis's murder, while the defense claimed that she was acting in self-defense. In the end, Arias was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison. The case raised many questions about the nature of violence and the devastating consequences of obsession. Travis Alexander's story is a tragic reminder that life can change in an instant. His murder was a senseless act of violence that left a family and community shattered. Reflecting on his story, it's clear that the impact of his death continues to be felt today. If you've been following this case, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. If you're interested in more true crime stories, be sure to check out my other videos.